In this AP Calculus problem, they're telling us the temperature F in degrees Fahrenheit of a cup of coffee T minutes after it is poured is given by this equation here. And then they want us to estimate to the nearest degree what is the average temperature of the coffee between T equals 0 and T equals 10. So when you hit this and you see that word average, two ideas have to be coming into your head. One is average rate of change. We see that terminology all the time. And then the other is average value. Well, this one isn't wanting to know how the coffee is behaving, increasing, decreasing. It doesn't want to know what its rate of change is. It wants to know what the average temperature is. And so this is an average value problem. And when we're doing an average value problem, the average value is an integral setup. And that integral setup always looks the same. It's the 1 over b minus a times the integral from a to b of whatever it is you're trying to find the average of dx. So if we come to set up our specific problem right now, I would be going the integral from a lower bound of 0 to an upper bound of 10, and then we've got our equation that we're trying to find the average of here. So this would be 68 plus 115 e to the negative 0.083 t dt, and then we just have to multiply by this 1 over b minus a, so this would be 1 over b is 10 minus a is 0. And this is the integral we need to find. And once we find that, then we're pretty much done. We've got our answer. And the beautiful thing about this problem is it's on the calculator required section. So this is going to take us about 2 seconds in our calculator. The key on this was really identifying that they wanted average value here, not average rate of change. So to do this in the calculator, what I would do is I'm just going to take and I'm going to put this equation into y1 on the calculator. And I'll put an X in there instead of T. Whenever you're graphing, you always want to use an X in there. Then step 2 is I'm going to graph this. And then I'm going to do a second calc. And inside the calc menu, I'm going to choose the number 7 option, which is integral of f of x dx. It'll ask me a series of questions. I'll answer them. And then at the bottom of the screen, it's going to tell me that the integral of f of x dx equals some number. And then the last thing that I'll do is I will take and I will multiply that by 1 over 10 minus 0. So 1 over 10 times that answer right there. And that will end up giving us our final answer for this problem. So I open up the calculator, I go to my y equals, I type in the equation that they give me, so 115 e to the negative 0.083 and then x. And now I'm going to graph it. And I don't even really care if I can see the graph. The key on this is just going to be making sure that my window, my x window, is large enough to enter in these bounds here. So as long as my x window is big enough, I don't even need to see the graph. So from there, I've graphed it. Now I go to step 3. I hit second, calc, and then inside the calc menu, I'm going to choose that number 7 option, integral of f of x dx. I hit enter on that. At the bottom of the screen, it's going to ask me 2 questions. First, it wants to know the lower limit. So our lower limit on this would be 0. So I type in 0 and hit enter. It's then going to switch and want me to tell it what the upper limit is. Well, the upper limit on this one is our upper bound, which would be 10. So I type in 10 and hit enter. It shades it in, and then at the bottom of the screen, you can see that it says the integral of f of x dx equals 1,461.3775. That's my integral. That's the answer that goes right here. And this is my answer that is stored in my calculator right now. And so what I can do is now just go back out onto the home screen, and I can say, okay, well, my answer that's stored is that integral. So I want to take that answer, if you just hit the multiply button, and you want to multiply that answer by 1/10. And out of there, it wanted it rounded to the nearest degree. So this would be 146 degrees. So our answer on this would be 146 degrees, which would have been option C. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, please click that like button and subscribe. And also share it with your friends and anyone else you know who might be crying about an upcoming AP Calc test. You can find more videos from me, more sample AP Calc questions, and my complete AP Calc study guide over at my website, apcalcprep.com. Have a great one.